GarageBand for iPad and iPhone has far more packed into it than most people actually realise. You can get around the 32 track limit, organise a full song properly, play almost any instrument using a keyboard, and even turn a virtual drummer performance into completely editable MIDI. The problem is, none of these features are particularly obvious. So here are 4 things you're probably not doing in GarageBand and why you might want to start. GarageBand lets you add up to 32 tracks in a single project. That sounds like plenty, but once you start layering drums, vocals, guitars, harmonies, and effects, you can reach that limit surprisingly quickly. When that happens, GarageBand won't let you add another track. But you don't necessarily need to start deleting things. Instead, you can merge several finished tracks into one. Tap a track header to select it, tap it again, and choose Merge. You can now use these circles to select all the tracks you want to combine into one. Tap Merge in the top corner and GarageBand will replace those tracks with a single audio recorder track. What it's essentially doing here is bouncing those tracks together into a single audio file. GarageBand also creates a new copy of the project during this process, so your original unmerged version remains available in the My Songs browser. There is one important catch though. Once the tracks have been merged, you can no longer go back and adjust their individual notes, effects, volume levels, or quantization. So make sure you're happy with them before committing. Each new GarageBand project gives you 8 bars to work with by default. That doesn't mean that your song can only be 8 bars long though. Tap the small plus button at the end of the ruler to open the Song Sections menu. If you simply want one continuous recording area, tap Section A and turn on Automatic. GarageBand will now extend the section to accommodate whatever you record into it. You can also divide your project into proper song sections. Open the Song Sections menu and tap Add. You can use separate sections for your intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and any other parts of your arrangement. To adjust the length of a section, tap the Inspector button beside its name. Turn off Automatic if necessary, then use the arrows beside Manual to choose how many bars you want that section to contain. You can also swipe vertically over the number to change it more quickly if you prefer. To move between sections, swipe left or right in Tracks View or open the Song Sections menu and select the section you want. Choose all sections when you want to see and play the entire arrangement. You can even completely rearrange your songs from this menu. Tap Edit, then drag a section up or down using the handle on its right. That means you can try moving a chorus, duplicating a verse, or completely restructuring your song without manually moving every individual region. Your project can contain up to 2,000 bars, so those first 8 bars you start with are really just the tip of the iceberg. GarageBand's touch instruments are designed to behave like the instrument they represent. Guitars give you a virtual fretboard, strings use an expressive playing surface, and bass instruments have their own specialised controls. Those interfaces can be really useful, but sometimes you might simply prefer to play everything using a traditional piano keyboard. You can do that, but the option is hidden in a slightly unusual place. Instead of choosing the touch instruments you want from the main sound browser, open the keyboard instrument. Tap the instrument name to open the sound browser, then scroll down to Other. In here you'll find sounds taken from GarageBand's other touch instruments. Select one and GarageBand loads that sound into the keyboard interface. So instead of playing a string sound using the usual strings interface, I can play it chromatically across a traditional keyboard layout. Now, this doesn't just change how you play the instrument, it actually gives you access to keyboard-specific features that might not be available in the instrument's normal interface, including the arpeggiator. If you find some of GarageBand's touch instruments restrictive, this gives you a completely different way to use their sounds. GarageBand's virtual drummers are one of the quickest and easiest ways to create a convincing drum performance. You choose a drummer, select a style, and use these controls to adjust the complexity, intensity, and individual parts of the kit. But what if you want to edit one particular drum hit? The standard drummer editor doesn't give you that level of control. There is, however, a clever workaround that lets you convert a drummer region into editable MIDI. First, create your drummer track and adjust the performance until it's close to what you want. Next, add an audio recorder track. Record a second or two of silence into it. We only need an audio region to make this process work. Now select the drummer region and the small audio region together. Tap the drummer region again and choose Copy. Now leave this project and create a new one. Add another audio recorder track and record a second or two of silence so you can access the tracks view. Now add a second track, but this time choose acoustic drums. Return to tracks view, tap an empty area of the acoustic drums track and choose Paste. The original drummer performance should now appear as a green MIDI region. This gives you two useful options. First, you can open the instrument and replace the original drummer kit with one of GarageBand's other acoustic drum kits. More importantly, you can tap the region and choose Edit. Now you have access to every individual drum hit in the performance. You can move notes, delete hits, add new ones, and adjust the pattern in ways that aren't possible inside the normal drummer editor. It's a slightly strange process, but it does give you more control over GarageBand's automatically generated drum performances. So those are 4 powerful GarageBand features that you're probably not using. Merging can help you get around GarageBand's track and performance limits. Song sections make arranging much easier. The keyboard unlocks new ways to play touch instruments, and editable drummer MIDI gives you complete control over your drum patterns. Let me know if you've used or plan to use any of these more obscure techniques in your own projects down in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and the hype button while you're down there. I really appreciate it and it helps more people see this video. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.